And I'm just saying this now. It is nearly 3 a.m. So I have 4 books. These have been in every stream. In fact, at one point I actually had it covering this entire thing before I had changed it. And there was like at least, I want to say, 10 or 12. But this time with these 4 books, I've actually put things in them. One of them is something I've been wanting to talk about. 2 of them are updates. And the last one is yeah, the new Warzone, my opinions on it. I'm gonna go over the 2 updates first. I'm gonna start off with video delays. Every time I seem to start these streams, my throat's just all of a sudden super dry. But so the reason why videos have been delayed, well, sort of. I did say that I'll be streaming at least try to stream it at least once a week. I've been having to also do it very late at night, around 2:30 to 3 a.m. That way I don't really make a whole lot of people lag. Because streaming takes a lot of internet. But it's also because of my controller. There's now it seems like that I just kind of diverted my channel to these Let's Talk series, but I want to clarify this is not true. Due to the current situation of my controller, I've been only doing in my Let's Talk About series for now, only because of my controller. Sorry, there's someone in the bathroom, and I don't know which one it is. Anyway, so until I get a new controller, or some things I want to do are delayed. I have created a second channel called PDX Plays. There's probably a bunch of channels there, so I probably wouldn't bother switching it up. When I eventually get the time, I will change the description of these videos to feature that channel. But in the meantime, I'm only working on these. But speaking of the thing, after this whole controller thing's done, games that might be coming back. So recently my parents bought me a 2 terabyte hard drive that I've been wanting to buy, but thanks to my hard work and kind of focus on work and trying to, practically as a thank you, they bought me this hard drive. So I downloaded a couple games back. I downloaded Borderlands 2 again. I've downloaded Warframe, Trove, and Terra again. If you guys remember back in my old days, I have played Terra before. I've streamed a couple games of Terra, especially during Boss's Let's Play of the game. I've streamed Warframe before with mostly my friend Anakin. As back then, that would be one of the only games we stream. And Trove, which I've streamed with a couple friends, including Anakin, but it was mostly random. It was mostly either me and Frozen, and or me and a couple other people. But Trove, Terra, and Warframe might be coming back on this channel. Now, as much as I hate it, I know I said it will stop making videos, but if I'm in the mood, if I ever feel like it for some whatever reason, Fortnite might also come back. I know I said my last video will be the last, and it probably still will be, but this is just a mind that's probably just in case if it ever happens. And Fortnite might be coming back, but I wouldn't count on it. Now, I've mentioned Frozen, and I want to say that we are back to being friends. There was a joke he made, which I won't state here or ever, because it's kind of a racist one, and I rather not say racist words. But he did say a racist joke, and I kind of took things too far and hated him for that. I deleted him and blocked him from a couple things. But we're back being friends. So, I want to talk about Warzone real fast. Warzone, if you guys didn't know already, this is the new Modern Warfare's Battle Royale. This has its own unique feature, of having two unique features actually, and that being, first of all, Plunder, which is 150 people Warzone, where you have to collect as much cash as possible. The goal is 1 million. The game lasts like 10 minutes, and it goes to either whoever gets the most cash or reaches 1 million, and overtime will happen that will last for 2 minutes, or if time runs out normally, whoever has the most will win. So, and then Warzone itself, whether you're playing Plunder or normal, has a new feature where it's kind of like Apex, where it has teams of 3 and that's it. No solos, no duos, no teams of 4, just teams of 3. But it has 150 people, so you can enter a battle royale with an extra 147 people, if you're lucky, or unlucky, I should say. I'm not that good. I honestly think the game is a little fun right now. I am playing it partially, only with friends though. I refuse to play it by myself. But other than that, that's it. So, I want to talk about the last things. I'm gonna go this one, which should have nothing on it. Yeah. And I'm gonna quickly get rid of these 3. The last topic I want to talk about has been something I've been kind of delaying. I said twice that my next time will be this, and I keep changing it to a different subject. And that's Death Battle debunks. Or debunks. There was one battle I'll talk about that I kind of agree with some people, but for some old Death Battle fans, it's not the battle you think it is. It's one of the newer battles. Anyway, first things first, Death Battle debunks really irritate me. It ruins the show for me. It's why I never watch it. Because, sure, I get these guys are fans of the show and everything, but at the same time, it's not just two people researching. This is an entire team all watching shows, reading mangas, watching anything, reading up any research and everything for 3 weeks, or in this case 2 weeks, and then creating a whole mini thing. They don't use an entirely full set of each character because either it would take too long or the battle. So they do limit each pupil to some cases, and then go off from there. And that's at least what I see. So all the death battles debunks, the ones I personally hate the most is Tracer vs. Scout, the Goku vs. Superman one, and of course I'm going to partially say Ben 10 vs. Green Lantern, but I'll get to that one in a sec. So the Tracer vs. Scout, I understand that Scout's faster and everything, and although he is faster, I kind of agree, because Tracer has the ability to blink, which means bullets can be dodged by her, and she can rewind time for herself. Which is what Scout's kind of not used to. But at the same time, I also want to mention that this is a fight to the death, not a race. If this was a race, then yes, I would totally agree that Scout should win, because he is actually faster. Death Battle does not explain this, but even still, some people, in my opinion, take this as more of a race than an actual fight to the death. I also want to mention some things, that this is just an animated battle. This is what would most likely happen after research of just, in this case, 3 weeks of all these battles. I really have 3 weeks of research. So I wanted to clarify that, in my opinion, I do partially agree with Screwtech that Tracer should have won. Can't talk. Now, before I get anybody in here that they only mostly show games, so Tracer shouldn't have grabbed. I'm saying this again, this is just that was just for research purposes. They're not actually going to take actual legitimacy from the game where they can't grab objects from other people or not. So, in the part where she grabs the can and takes it away from Scouts, that's not them practically saying that's how Tracer wins, blah blah blah. That's just logical. If these characters were real, they will be able to grab things. Now, Goku versus Superman, I know I'm about to get kind of a bit of hate, but I want to put a rest to the old controversy that's still technically going on. First of all, Dags, if you ever find this, I just want to say that if you don't like my opinion, you don't have to listen. This is just me going off. I just want to say with Death Battle, hold on. with Death Battle, I want to say with Goku versus Superman that the old battles, the ones that was made 6 to 9 years ago, I do agree with. Superman should win. If they do possibly make a Goku vs. Superman 3, then I'm going to give it a 50-50. Because they do explain in the first two and the 2 that Goku should, or Goku can't, at that point needs to reach or overpower limits to beat a said foe. But since Superman had at that time was limitless to him, practically to him, there was no way for him to beat it. And if someone says the Spirit Bomb, I think that's what it's called, they even stated that if Goku even had at the time to even charge it, Superman would have killed him 100 times over, because it takes too long to charge. Hold on. So I'm going to be kind of quiet right here. Ow. Okay, so I know that a lot of people were really angry with Death Battle. Sorry. With Death Battle themselves, with the fact that they are with them practically saying Superman would totally win. I want to say with maybe Ultra Instinct that Goku now has, he might be able to beat Superman now. But in the older days with the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form, or I think the blue hair, I kind of still agree with Death Battle saying that Superman will still win. But, you know, that's just my opinion, and, you know, going off what Death Battle researched, because they even stated that twice that Goku needs to surpass limits, and and even though Superman does technically have limits, but to Goku standards back then, his limits were limitless, if that makes sense. Now I'm probably gonna get some hate comments to people who've been watching Death Battle for years, or not Death Battle, for Dragon Ball for years and years, and still would have said that even in the first battle Goku should have won. I hate being like a dick right now, but oh, my back. I think that's just the washer, but it sounds like someone's walking, so it like freaks me out. Anyway, I'm going to actually ignore your comments because I'm still sticking with my opinion. But I am still stating that if Goku vs. Superman 3 happens with Ultra Instinct, I think Goku might actually win that one. But even still then, part of me still thinks he wouldn't because of the fact that Superman can only be damaged or be at a weakened state if he was near kryptonite, and Goku likes to fight people at the strongest. So, yeah. So, the final battle I want to talk about is Ben 10 versus Green Lantern. Now, all the death battle debunks, I still don't like them, but I do partially agree with the Ben 10 versus Green Lantern one. I actually think Ben 10 should have won, only for the main reason that the watch can't be taken off and it protects him no matter what. So Green Lantern being able to just cut off the arm without the watch reacting is a little confusing. Let alone, I understand that Green Lantern has survived being inside or can survive being oh my god, I can't fucking talk. Okay then. Green Lantern being able to survive the universe being erased. But for the fact that they played a clip from Ben 10, either Ultimate Alien or Alien Force, where they say the Alien X creatures can just simply blink and you're gone. For him to survive that long from being erased from time is a little confusing. So yeah, I kind of agree with those people. Ben 10 should have won. Now, do I hate the battle? No. Do I still watch it? Yes. Only because of the fact that it's still interesting. I still like the battle. I don't agree with the ending, but I still watch it. The only battles I seem to not rewatch are the older ones, but I still know the winners of the older ones. So, okay, I still have a little time to record. I want to talk about some matchups that I either think are stupid or, in my opinion, not good, or or kind of decent ideas that I actually would want to see. First of all, I want to state Goku versus Saitama, or not Goku. Well, obviously, I think I know who will win that one, but no, sorry. Superman versus Saitama. One Punch Man versus the Man of Steel. My personal opinion, I think Superman would still win. I don't care anybody saying that Death Punch would kill him, because I mean, this dude has been shot, even beaten by friggin' Doomsday, technically died, and came back to life and defeated Doomsday years later. So I don't think the Death Punch would still work, but I could be wrong. I'm not saying it would. It wouldn't. And Superman would totally just automatically win. Period. So, yeah, honestly, in my opinion, I think Superman will win. A battle I want to actually mention real fast before I say this next battle. I was like maybe 13 at the time when I thought of this battle. Because, or not 13, around 14 or 15 when Hulk versus Doomsday came out. And in my mind, I thought the only other two characters. At the time, I didn't know Swamp Thing. But I'll get to that Swamp Thing and the character I'm about to say. But the character I wanted to see fight Solomon Grundy was the Thing. Now, a little research from like the Batman Arkham games when I actually was playing Arkham City and found Solomon Grundy. Solomon Grundy apparently can't die, and I didn't know that for the longest time. So that's for like 2 years I've been wanting a matchup between the Thing from Fantastic Four / Marvel versus Solomon Grundy from DC, without knowing that obviously Grundy would win because he can't die, because he's a zombie. But again, I could be wrong. Then my friend suggested the Thing versus Swamp Thing. I again think this would be a decent match up, but if I recall, Swamp Thing's also immortal. He can't die as long as there's nature, practically. So as long as there's what he calls the green, which is trees, grass, vines, whatever, as long as they exist, he'll exist. So he can't really die, according to what he says in the Injustice 2 story mode. So I don't know who Thing should fight, but if he is, I still kind of want to see Solomon Grundy versus the Thing, or Swamp Thing versus the Thing. But who knows? One of my friends didn't really know. Well, he did, but at the same time didn't. But he wanted Wolverine versus Deadpool. See who has the better healing factor. And now, obviously, Deadpool does, because he can just reattach his limbs, while Wolverine obviously can't. But at the same time, I don't know if Deadpool can cut through his adamantium bones. So even though it is a decent matchup, they're obviously never going to do it because they're from the same genre, being in Marvel. Now, there is a matchup that someone requested, and I know decent about both these characters, because one of them is my favorite anime, and one of them is one of my favorite Rooster Teeth shows. My favorite anime, if you guys didn't know, and this is coming from someone who doesn't really watch anime, but my favorite anime is Soul Eater. And the character they want to be in a battle is Maka. I think Albarn or something. I forgot her last name. So Maka and Soul, practically, because they're her scythe user, versus Ruby Rose from, well, Ruby. And I think this is a great matchup. I think, honestly, Ruby would win, but a part of me wants Maka to win, because I kind of I kind of grew up on Soul Eater. I even still, even though I've seen it over and over, I still kind of go back to it once in a while and rewatch the anime because I like it so much. And that's not wrong. There's a lot of people who has favorite animes who go back to it. But yeah, I would love to see this battle. Now, I'm also going to talk about death battles that shocked me and like my opinions on the battles so far in season 7 and the upcoming battle. The battles that shocked me. Oh my word. Ow. The battles that honestly shocked me the most were Green Arrow and Hawkeye versus, Green Arrow versus Hawkeye. You know, I was hoping, and I was right, but I was also surprised of Pokemon versus Digimon. Lucy versus Carnage. And the two newer ones, Leonardo versus Jason and Sindel versus Black Canary. Those were the battles that shocked me. My opinions on the hold on. Where's my phone? Classic me, losing my phone. There it is. It's 3 a.m. Yay. So tired. So I have to go on YouTube real fast just so I can remember the matchups for season 7. Like, I know the winners, but still need to know the episode order. If I find the playlist, at least. There it is. Oh, wait. Oh. Hold on. Let's go through here. No, wait, whoops. That's the wrong one. Where? There it is. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Soon to be 6. So, my thoughts on Miles versus Static Shock were surprising, actually. I actually thought Miles was going to win. I'm going to keep this in mind. These first 3 battles, I've actually gotten wrong. I actually lost. I thought this one person was going to win, but ended up losing. But, I thought Miles Morales was going to win, but Static ended up winning. And they stated that this battle was actually a really close matchup. But Static had kind of more of a, like, I guess, winning feat. Even, like, Boomstick himself in the thing, even though he kind of already knew, in a way, he was even like, I for sure thought Miles would have won this. And obviously, Wes was like, although he could have, Static just kind of had more, I guess, I'm definitely not experience. We both have relatively the same. Actually, no, Static would have more experience. He's been around longer, I think. I don't know. Anyway, my thoughts about it is a great battle. It was a surprising ending for me. Not as big as surprising as the next one, because I was hoping and guessing the Sindel, but I was wrong, obviously. But for Miles and Static, I was actually expecting Miles to win, especially after their reaction of them stating that Miles could have actually won. So to find out that Static won was actually pretty shocking, but still a good battle overall. Sindel versus Black Canary really surprised me. I knew Black Canary was powerful, and I knew her Canary Cry was powerful, but Sindel's had years and years. Even though she died and came back, she still had all those years of experience of training and, you know, fighting and being gory and brutal. So I thought Mortal Kombat was definitely going to win. I knew I had but I wanted Sindel to win, and obviously she didn't. But a teeny part of me was actually also hoping for Canary to win, and I was actually, honestly, partly happy for Black Canary to win. Because, yeah. Now, I'm gonna say that these two battles were completely unexpected to me. So I never knew Static Shock existed, so I didn't know who Miles would fight. But when Static Shock versus Miles was announced, I was so confused. I didn't know who Static was, so of course I went with my gut and said Miles would win. Of course I was wrong. See, this is what I do. Most of the time when these battles are out, I have to work. And since I'm not up early enough and the videos aren't out early enough, I have to kind of just watch the battle first and then see who's next. And then on like a day off, or if I have time, enough time the same day, I would watch the entire battle. Or I'll wait until it's on YouTube and then just kind of watch the battle from there. The entire video from there. So then I kind of understood who Static was, and I understood why he won. For Black Knight versus Sindel, I knew these girls are screaming, like practically screaming queens, one of them being a literal queen. But I never actually thought of this matchup. I always wanted Black Widow versus Black Canary, because they're both really skilled and very dangerous. And I actually would think Black Widow would actually win that battle. But I could be wrong. But for Black Canary versus Sindel took me by surprise because of the fact that this was actually a matchup that, when I actually thought about it for a split second, actually kind of made sense. Two screaming queens, one, I think in the comics and some movies, or some shows actually, she was kind of gifted with screaming, I guess, sort of, I don't know, but she has a gadget to amplify it. So, and then Sindel is obviously magic, being not from Earth, well, and from a different dimension, so. And now for For my thoughts on it, I really enjoyed the battle. I was shocked that Black Canary won, but I'm happy that she won. And of course, I give the battle recommended a watch. Leonardo versus Jason also, I lost against because I thought Leonardo was going to win. By the way, if you guys haven't already told, this is going to have a lot of spoilers. But Leonardo versus Jason, I actually thought Leonardo was going to win, and of course ended up being wrong. So I'm saying this now. Oh, I'm actually happy for Power Rangers because this was actually one of the battles that I had a feeling like this was the mindset at the time, because before this battle, Power Rangers has like a huge history of freaking losing. I mean, DBX and Death Battle, they've always lost. They lost against Voltron, Mega Godzilla, or sorry, not Mega, Mecha Godzilla, a Gundam, two Gundams actually, and, well, Voltron. I already said Voltron, but... So, I was actually really happy for Power Rangers actually to win. I wanted the Red Ranger to win, but I had a feeling Leonardo was going to win, which was fine because I grew up on both these shows. So, but I was really happy for Power Rangers because not only is it their first actual legit win, this is actually sorry. This is actually a realization that against some characters, Power Rangers are actually really powerful. Oh, the Red Ranger survived a bigger explosion than Leo's enemy did, and Leo kind of escaped that blast. Leo was faster, but I think honestly in the Power Rangers timeline, I think Death Battle said that the Red Ranger has actually more experience. So, yeah. For War Machine, or in my opinion on it, it's a great battle. I recommend to watch because it's a battle of leaders. Now, for War Machine versus Genos, I was right. This was the first battle I was actually correct about. I had a feeling I won War Machine win, and no, I didn't have a feeling, but I wanted him to win, and I was hoping him for it to win. Or I was thinking he was going to win. And I was correct. And honestly, even though Genos is kind of powerful, War Machine has way more experience and has survived, I think, a bigger blast. And obviously, I think is more agile and more faster, and has I think a bit more of an arsenal, and can also go invisible, and yeah. My overall thought about it is I'm happy, I enjoyed it, and I recommend giving it a watch. Now, huge spoilers if you haven't seen this, as this is the newest battle. Gray versus Azdeath. So, if you guys don't mind spoilers, I can't really leave a timestamp because I'm live streaming, but if you don't want to hear about As Death and Gray, mute the thing, and then when I go into third person and start crouching, it signifies that I'm on to the last battle, which is upcoming. Now if you don't mind spoilers, here you go. My thoughts on Gray versus As Death. I actually was happy because this was actually the second matchup in Season 7 I got correct. As Death won, as Gray lost. And I think they said... As Death's time freeze versus the lost ice shell. Or something like that. Ice lost shell, whatever. And... they said Gray could have won by using that move, or I think, but as this time freeze ability just happens instantly, and I think she's a little bit more powerful. I might be wrong on there, but I think she's a little more powerful than Gray. But my overall opinion, I actually really enjoyed the battle. It's probably one of my favorite 2D battles. It was alongside with Jason versus Leonardo. So yeah, that I recommend giving a watch. Now for the next time is Goro versus Machamp, Mortal Kombat versus Pokemon. This matchup is confusing, actually. The only thing I can actually think that makes them kind of relatable in like why they fighting is that they're both monsters. They both really have 4 arms, and both are really strong. One's an actual monster and one's from a different realm. I guess he's partial monster because he's half dragon, but my thoughts on it is this is a really interesting battle, and I honestly didn't even think this was going to be a battle, but this is actually a battle I actually can't wait to see, because I really hope this is the case, because I really want this battle to be a 3D animation, because Miles versus Static, Sindel versus Black Canary, Leo versus Jason, and Gray versus Esthos were 2D animations, and Genos versus War Machine was a hand-drawn battle. At least I think it was hand-drawn. I'm calling it hand-drawn. Fight me. I'm really hoping that this would be their first 3D matchup, because this would really suck if this was a 2D battle. I know both these characters have sprites. In fact, nearly everybody has a sprite, but I honestly see this battle more as a 3D animation. If it's not, I will still watch it and I'll still enjoy it, but I really want this to be a 3D animation. As for who I think will win, I have to go Goro. Only because of the fact that has well over 500 plus experience, and he's 2,000 years old, and he's won 9 gladiator arenas for 9 years in a row. Not 9 of them, but he's won for 9 years in a row. So I think he has way more experience. I think he's stronger, but I could be wrong on that. He is what, either over or he is 2,000 years old. And like I said, has 500 plus like experience of fighting. So, and he is known to rip people apart. So, I could be wrong. Mid-champ might have a win chance on this. And if he does, then my statement is completely wrong, obviously, but I personally never grew up with Pokemon versus or Pokemon. I grew up more on Digimon. But you know, that's just me. It's either you grew up in one or the other or both. So yeah, that was the battle I didn't stay. That was the battle that actually shocked me. I knew Pokemon was really popular more than Digimon, but I actually thought Pokemon was going to win because of the fact that they've had who knows how long. But I was really happy for the fact that Tai and Agumon, or aka Digimon, won. I'm sorry, I'm getting really tired. It's 3:20 in the morning. I've been nearly recording for an hour, so yeah. Anyway, my thoughts on Gore versus Machamp. I want Gore to win, and I want this to be a 3D battle. Well, and it's gonna be a really interesting matchup. Anyway, my name is PanDorX, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Once I end it, you know, there.